Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Ryan Latham with Renewed Leadership, and in these next 3 videos I want to share with you guys some simple steps that you can take to do an annual review. So as we get ready for the end of this year, I'm sure you're doing some evaluations, thinking about how the year went. And so one of the things that I do is get into a place like this. This is where I've spent many years reviewing my year, preparing for the next year. The first thing you want to do is to look back. Get some calendars, get your planners out, get those things out and get into a place, look back and ask yourself a couple questions. Number one is this: what am I proud of from this last year? What are some things, moments, areas of growth that you're just really proud of that you did, that you accomplished, that you became? The second question I want you to ask yourself as you're thinking through is, am I closer to Jesus this year? And that's one of the big things about picking a place that you can go to each year, is to think about that question and say, last time I sat here, am I closer to Jesus? Do I look more like Jesus? Do I talk more like Jesus? Do I act more like Jesus? And if so, why? How? Who am I becoming? Am I becoming more like Jesus? The third question I want you to ask yourself is, what goal or what goals did I accomplish last year? I'm sure last year you set some goals, maybe personal, maybe ministry, maybe professional, maybe in your family. What were some goals, and did you accomplish those goals? Maybe there were some that just kind of came up through the middle of the year, but what did you accomplish and how did you accomplish those? And the fourth one is, who helped you accomplish those goals? We all know that you can't go alone. So was there a person? Was there a podcast? Was there a book? Was there a mentor that you asked to come and help you, give you some advice? Who was that person? Number 5 is, what rhythms served you well? So maybe it was the rhythm of waking up earlier. Maybe it was the rhythm of reading. Maybe it was the rhythm of not scrolling through social media as much. What rhythms served you well last year? And number 6 is, ask this, is, what new habits did you add last year? Intentionally or unintentionally, what habits did you add in last year? Hopefully you had some intentional habits that you added, but there's probably even some habits that you didn't intentionally. They just kind of snuck in. So think through those. What were some of those habits? Number 7 is, what was that moment, that experience, that thing that defined last year? Maybe it was a trip. Maybe it was running a marathon. Maybe it was setting a personal record. Maybe it was getting that master's degree. Maybe it was going to that marriage retreat and restoring your marriage. What was that moment that really defined last year? The last one is, what mini adventures did I take last year? What were those things that maybe got you out of your comfort zone? Maybe that hike that you normally wouldn't do, or that fishing trip you normally wouldn't do. What is that thing? Those little adventures, not the huge ones necessarily, because that might have been that year definer, but what were some little adventures that you did the previous year? So that's step 1 in my 3-step process for an annual review. I hope it's helpful. Continue to watch the other videos for my other steps.